So this video is for my buddy Sopal or Lamb Dog or Ron. Yeah, I feel like you're like the voice crying out in the wilderness. And I wanted to let you know that you're not alone in having these kinds of thoughts and feelings. Because it's hard for us men to open up and talk to people that are close to us too, family and friends as well, about our struggles internally, because we want to stay strong for people. And we want to be the protector and the provider and the rock sometimes. And that can be a big burden for a lot of men that are not mentally strong. And we fail at it sometimes if we're honest with ourselves. And we should always be honest with ourselves. So yeah, the struggle is real. I used to deal with it a lot. And drinking as though I was part of like the Trump administration or something like that. But I found that you can't find freedom or happiness or truth in a bottle, So I haven't had a drink in 10 years coming up here in July, which is amazing. And I've grown so much when I put that bottle down and didn't drink anymore. It's been good for me. It's been good for everybody, in fact. Because in reality, there's no way to really numb that pain or get rid of the thoughts that you have in your head until you actually go deal with it. And I'll be open with it. I tried some therapy, but it wasn't for me. And then, I in my desperation, I cried out to God, and for myself at least, He answered. And so that's good. So I have that, and that gives me great comfort and gives me a perspective and gives me something to live for. And then I find myself, I got my kids to live for. I got all this stuff to go through. But in my previous career, I did emergency management, so I've been on scenes and I've seen some things that would give ordinary people some PTSD, and I still have some thoughts about that. It's not easy when you show up to an incident scene, there's a fishing boat accident at a lake, and 3 generations people are gone, grandpa, father, and son, that's 3 generations of men drowned going over a dam for what should be a happy occasion, or kids that lost their lives in a fire, stuff like that. You never get used to that. But I also see where you came from, that, so who did people you surround yourself with. And that's very important too, because you want to surround yourself with the right people. And for myself in the past, I didn't surround myself with the right people. I mean, I sat and drank in bars, and those are not the right people to hang around with. I thought they were my friends, but I realized they're not my friends. The bartender's not your friend. The people in the bar are not your friends. When shit finally happened, aftermath of my divorce or whatever, none of them came around to ask me how I was doing or helping me out or doing anything. So the like-minded people that helped me out. And these are people that I didn't even know, anonymous people that just helped me out because they were good people. And you're a good person. You're a good father. I can see that in you. That's the reason why I think a lot of us get along on these sewing circle things, is because we're very similar in nature. And we don't always agree with some politics and stuff and like that, but we're similar in terms of our spirit, our empathy, our humanity in other people. We see that in each other, I think. And that's why it's so important for us to build each other up. And I hope that this video can give you some comfort to know that you're not alone. You're doing a good job. I see you, man. I hear you. And I'm sorry I've been so absent with my own videos. I got some other family stuff going on that I messaged you about, and deep shit, you know. Stuff that I have to struggle with, and stuff that I can't solve too. You know, there's some stuff I can't solve and I want to solve because it involves my kids, you know. But I don't have primary custody of them, and I don't have enough money to be able to solve the situation. So all I can do is do my best by being there for them, being the stability that I've thought, and I think I've always been in their lives, this stable kind of grounded person. And it's hard sometimes to be that person. And it just makes you feel, you know, you're the sum of the 5 people you hang around with, some people say. So surround yourself with good people. There are good people on here. Most of your followers are good people that interact with you. The people that do video responses to you are for the most part good people. And I can see where you come from, you know. You schadenfreude with the people that are, you know, you're talking about the people that laugh at people's misery. You know, we've all done a little, but that deep down we don't take real enjoyment out of it, like you said, because we would rather help people up. I take great enjoyment in helping people, and that's why I work in nonprofit, and you know, even in government, I was always helping people. And so being a light worker, that's what I am. That's who I am ultimately. And I try to do the best I can. So you got to surround yourself with good people. Listen to the good people. Be built up by the good people. And I think you're a Christian too. So lean on your faith. Depend on Christ, you know. Find something. And there's so many resources out there. You know, when you think about the whole broad picture of what's going on in America and the world and stuff, like why are so many people numbing themselves? You could be engaging your mind. You could have intellectual discussions with people, like discussions we have, but all I see is people listening to pundits and politicians and elites, and then, you know, going with the flow, being cult-like behavior, when you could open up your own mind, because the information is out there. You know, Five Below, that little store that's like the Target of Dollar General. You know, they have like Five Below have a book section. I mean, look at this. Look at these books I found in Five Below. You know, the Lao Tzu's Tao Te Ching or whatever. I can't even pronounce it. Deep philosophical book here. This is an old classic, man. And look. Quantum physics, are you kidding me? At Five Below? You got books on economics and books on stoicism. You know? And look at this. This is our little park here. You see? This is a fitness station that's just for us, the people. And people were bitching about that when they built this. But look, this is like a Soviet Olympic-style calisthenics playground for the, you know, Olympians or something. You see anybody here? No. And I don't blame them. I'm not even here. But if I was wanting to get fit, if I wanted to strengthen my mind, I could go to Five Below, buy a few books, start reading, and then I can come to this park and exercise for free. Well, not free. We pay for it with our tax dollars. But you know what? I want my tax dollars to go to libraries. I want my tax dollars to go to this. I want people to take advantage of this. Look, we could... What if the whole community came together and started exercising here, man? We'd be all fit, probably feel better about ourselves. But, you know, I'm doing the same thing, man. I'm not really doing anything. Anyhow, I digress, and I'm going to end it here before the 10-minute mark, but you're not alone, buddy, and hang in there, and you're doing the best you can, and, you know, I love you, man. In a not a game way. All right, bye.